Hello, wonderful humans. This is the second edition of New Tools Thursday. I'm Elliot, and I'm the founder of Node Unlock. And what we're looking to do with New Tools Thursday is bring you practical ways to combine different tools to upgrade your life. Last week was about using RSS to upgrade your life and pull yourself out of information overload. This week we have pocket tools for mind stimulation and living the highlights. So what does that look like? First of all, what I've discovered over the years is I'm not very good at reading. Basically, I read very, very slowly. So what I've discovered is instead of using my eyes to read, I use my ears to read. And it sounds really strange, but I've really hacked my own learning through this. So I've come to love reading now. Instead of reading with my eyes, I listen to the books. And because I can listen to books, I can listen to articles and blogs at 1.5 to 2 speed, or even faster if you really get good at it. I can really get through a lot of books and really try to, feed my world with a lot of information. So the first part is pocket tools for mind discovery. And what I am going to show you is a specific app that is incredibly useful for taking everything that you find on the internet and creating collections of information, but then the killer feature is being able to listen to the blogs, articles, and other things that you find. So if you remember last week, we used RSS to basically collate information and pull it to us. And what I've got here is a set of fresh RSS feeds. And if I were to, for instance, want to listen to this particular article, I could just go and share it with Pockets, and it's as simple as tapping on the share icon, and then I can add a tag if I wanted to. So I've just gone and done that, right? So then if I go to Pockets, I can have a look, and it should instantly be available. Here on the left-hand side, we can see that it's just shown up. So then the beauty of Pocket is that I can either listen to the article or I can read it myself with my own eyes. If I were to do that, I would just tap on the headphones, press play, and it should start reading out loud.
13-inch MacBook Pro models can use an 87-watt power adapter, but won't charge any faster. Published by Mac Rumors on May 6, 2020.
Higher-end models of the new 13-inch MacBook Pro unveiled this week are able to take some advantage of higher wattage power adapters, as revealed in regulatory labels for the new machines.
Okay, so that sounds really, really fast. However, you can change it. So if I were to change the speed,
Apple's 13-inch MacBook Pro models the 61-watt USB-C power adapter since 2016, with the machines typically rated to draw at that maximum of 20.3 volts and 3 amp.
So that is at 1 speed, and that's pretty slow for me. So that's why I have the app set to 1.8 speed, and that's a really great speed for me to, listen to the content and still gather the information without it being overwhelming. So that's the first use of Pockets, and the really great thing about that is that I can use it in different modes. I use it to collate information, so if I find a website on the internet, then I can just add it to Pocket and it's there available for me. The great thing about Pocket is that it works offline as well as online, so if I am, for instance, traveling, or if I'm, just without data, then I can still access the websites and blogs that I've collated in my collection. So that's a really great way to use Pocket. The second way that I use Pocket is when I'm, for instance, walking down the street and I don't want to be, face first in my phone, so instead I'll listen to the articles and blogs that I have collated. It's a fantastic way of making sure that I can hack my own life and make sure that I can still resonate with the information that's coming in, but I'm not having to, use my eyes, which are the slow way that I have found of reading. So that's a great way of using Pocket. But the other really, really fantastic way is when you're doing research. So I find that when I'm collating information and different sources of research, then I use Pocket very often so that I can start listening to the content. So if we were to do that, I'm going to go into Pocket again, and if I, for instance, were going to go into 5 habits of design thinking, So this is a blog that I found on Medium, and what I'm going to then do is use Hypothesis to start annotating and highlighting this particular article. So here's how I do that. Basically, I go ahead and open up Hypothesis. I can have it on either side of Pocket, and what I've got here is basically Pocket on one side and Hypothesis on the other side. And the fantastic thing about this that I find is I can start listening to the article.
I learned that sophomore is majoring in interaction design.
Oh, we still got it at 1 speed, so I'm going to speed that up to 1.8.
Get excited about something someone said. Prototype it in some software program and show it to me. With the same look my cat gives me when he brings in a dead mouse. Design thinking is not something you were born with. When those students become
Right, so then I can start scrolling through the article, and when I find something that hits my ears or my eyes and I find it really interesting, I can highlight it with the Hypothesis function. So if I just highlight a random sentence here, you can see that I can highlight or I can annotate. If I were to highlight that, that goes into my selection of highlights, and then from there I can continue listening to the article.
Some of them started to attack problems in a designerly way. By the time they were seniors, most of them used design thinking approaches, though some still backslid into how most people approach problems. Some never got it.
So I just keep going through the article like that and picking out the information that hits me and, as Tim Ferriss would say, comes out and punches you in the face. And that really is a fantastic way of collating bits of information and snippets of the research and information that you're collating for later. And so that's how I use and combine both tools to hack my mind and my brain. I know that I read slowly, so instead I have the information read out to me, and I know that I can listen to information far faster and still have it resonate and go back to the information at a later date by using Pocket and Hypothesis. So I don't know if you use these two tools in this way, but I would love to hear if you do. And look out for next week's New Tools Thursday, where I'll be showing you some more tools to combine into your life and upgrade it. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye bye.